Guess who's back? Not just Queen Bee. It's the NFL season, and I am Big E. Sports and BigEAstrology, Numerologics, and you know the philosophy is go deeper and break down the numbers, taking you through the sports type of slumber. Don't you understand the gambling bets? What you're gonna see is the best yet. A little pause with the finger on the phone, but that's all right. I'm spitting off the dome, lyrically in chrome, and I'm a Steelers fan. She's down with the Eagles. So who you like, man or lady? Never shady. It's not the 80s. I want you to know I spit it like Grady. Don't you know it's not Sanford and Son, but on the microphone, of course I am the one. Astrologically, you see, of course it's my season, Virgo time, and I rhyme with the reason. Baritone with the bass, so I'm pleasing. Melodically, you know it's not treason. Place your bet. Who's your Super Bowl pick? We're gonna hear it from us. So take slick notice, write it down, go to Vegas. Don't you understand? You know it's not the Vegas nerve. I throw the curve, the slurve with the ball. It's time for us to preview football, y'all. Knowledge. What's up, y'all? Woo! Technological mishaps, but I had to throw it in a rhyme because I'm nice with mine. It is episode 377 of my Knowledge of Astrology podcast, and I am here with my returning amazing guest, Astro-Numerologist, MC, author, culture preservationist, and so much more. My amazing friend, Numerologics, aka Queen Bee. Welcome back to the show, my friend.
Kings up, Kings up. Thank you so much, Big E, for having me back. I'm so glad to be back. We said we were going to preview football season, and here we are, sticking
Can
to
you
our word.
believe it? Happy belated Labor Day to everybody. Happy birthday to all the Virgos out there. Today, we're going to preview the NFL season from the numerology, astrology, and sports perspective. And I am so excited. Had to throw on my Steelers jersey for that. Let y'all know. And look, the number 9, the Life Path 9s, both of us at I can't even talk, Life Path 9s.
That's
And
right.
I wanted to start off with, congrats. You're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. You guys are the defending champs. It was a great Super Bowl victory over the Chiefs, and you broke that down on your show and kind of said that they would win it. I was a little up in the air. I thought the Eagles would win if the NFL let them play, and they let them play, and the Eagles dominated. But it's a new season. It's a new season. So as we get ready to start and jump into everything, hello to everybody in the chat. Queen Bee, you guys can say your team fandom, what teams you like, or if you're just into the astrology and numerology or just here to support us. But if you have a team that you root for, let us know in the chat. You know, we're Steelers and Eagles, so we're Pennsylvania all day. My second team
all day, PA all day over here.
PA all day. Do you have a second favorite team by the chance, or you just only Eagles?
No, we don't do that in Philly.
That is so gangster. I love that.
That's right. We don't do that in Philly,
all
babe.
day, every day. Can I tell you, I used to hang out at Penn Relays. I get my cheesesteaks, my blunt, and my Philly cheesesteak, and my 40 ounces, and we'd be up there for Penn Relays. I had friends at UPenn. We'd go up there and park. It was a stone groove. I love it. Plus, I was there for the free Mumia March back in the days. Evolutionary status, okay? But I want to start off with you. Number one, give us an update because I know you said you just released something. Share with the audience what you just created for the collective.
Yes. So my born day was just August 20th. You know, I'm a Leo.
Yeah.
So, Leo season we just got through Leo season. So for my birthday, I released my balancing elemental energy journals for the Universal Supreme. And as we know, balancing elemental energy spells out B, and I'm Queen Bee. So I wanted to share with the family. These are the journals. This is the water sign one, and each one of them will have, it's by element. So we have water, we have fire signs, and we have earth signs, and then we have the air signs. And then when you open the journal, they're pretty cool. I'll just use an earth sign one since we're in Virgo season.
Okay.
It will give you some information about your sign. It will include some information about the number, the planet, the colors, and then we have some balancing elemental energy activities, crystals, herbs, and also some prompts to help you along your journey. And it could be your sun, moon, or ascendant in whatever elemental sign.
I
So
love
this is
that.
what I dropped for the collective. Yes.
Okay,
So
well,
I'm
tell
very
them where
excited.
they go to purchase it.
Yeah, so you can go to Amazon and purchase them. They're on Amazon. I can probably put the link in the chat, or if you just go to Amazon and type my name in, Melinda Valentine, they're the first thing that'll pop up. All 4 journals will pop up, and you
Wow.
can just pick which one is your sun, moon, or ascendant. You can pick it however you'd like.
Congratulations, my friend. All right. We love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you so
We love
much.
that. And you
Thank
guys,
you.
Queen Bee tore the house down in August on the 8A portal at our Knowledge is Love tribe community and did numerology readings for the portal in August for it was, oh my God, the queen just shined, but everybody loved it. People were talking about it for weeks after. And so I just wanted to thank you again for that. That was awesome. So I'm going to bring up the birth chart first, and then we're going to get into all of your stuff. But I want to ask you right off the bat, how you feeling with your Eagles? Are you feeling confident about the Eagles, separate from the numerology? And
Mhm.
do you feel any leaning towards any AFC team that could meet them there? Or what are your thoughts about this? In
So
this,
initially, like prior to even looking at any numbers, of course, I'm always confident about my Eagles. We did lose some key players on defense this year.
Josh Sweat, he's over here in Arizona now.
Yeah, yeah, we lost some key players on defense. But you know how he usually does his thing, and I know he's putting some pieces together. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw that Shiloh Sanders was getting signed to the Eagles.
They did sign
So
him, which I was
yeah.
really surprised about. He's not as good as his brother, but I
Hmm.
don't know if he's on the 53 or the practice squad. But I thought that was really nice, and that was really big of Howie to give him a
Hmm.
shot and a chance. I just want to let people know the star rookies to look for this year: Abdul Carter for the Giants on defense. You've got Ashton Gentry, running back for the Raiders. We have some rookie quarterbacks. Sanders is with Cleveland, but he's at the third spot. They're kind of playing with him. Jackson
Hmm.
Dart's backing up the Giants. The only quarterback, the number one pick that will start this year is Cam Ward for the Tennessee Titans. And the MVP sort of favorites are, Josh Allen, who won it last year for the Bills,
Hmm.
always Patrick Mahomes for the Chiefs.
Right.
People are really thinking Lamar Jackson,
Lamar
Jalen Hurts,
Jackson. Hmm.
Lamar for the Ravens, Jalen Hurts for the Eagles, and
Right.
also the young king, Jaden Daniels, who's a Sagittarius for the
Yes.
Washington Commanders. And then, of course, Slick Smooth Joe, another Sag, Joe Burrow from the Bengals. People were thinking that he may have a shot. And, of course, Saquon Barkley from the Eagles, not just Jalen Hurts. Saquon is
Hmm.
the man. So it'll
Yes.
be really fascinating. I'm going to bring up the chart. Anything before we get to the chart, or anything you want to tell the people, just even in terms of your research and what the numbers are, or you want to just
Yeah.
go through your
So
presentation?
I will go ahead and just let people know while you're going ahead and getting the chart together.
Okay.
You know, I did this breakdown the exact same way that I did the breakdown last year for the Eagles and the Chiefs. And we do this, it's the same way that we do all of our numeralytics on the show. We take the energy, we look at everything, we do all the numerology on the energy, we list it out, and then we take those lytics, that's what I call them, because numeralytics, we call them lytics. We take those lytics and we put them into a graph, and
Mhm.
then we compare the Super Bowl lytics to themselves, and then we look at each team's lytics to see how they stack up to the top Super Bowl lytics. And just to let you know, the number 5 right now is the number that's dominating and ruling the Super Bowl energy. So, that's not surprising because the number 5 deals with the public. It deals with taking risks. It's gambling. A lot of freedom, to multi-talented new opportunities,
Mm.
overindulgences, all that kind of stuff. So all that energy is surrounding this Super Bowl.
Well, I love that because that coincides with this chart. This is Santa Clara, right? The kickoff will be around 3:18 Pacific, 6:18 Eastern on the East Coast. It's in outside of San Francisco where the Niners play. It's actually Santa Clara. So the chart's going to
Mhm.
be a Cancer rising, the Scorpio
Mm.
moon in the fifth house, which speaks to what Queen Bee was talking about. A lot of intense emotions for the game, but gambling, you guys. The Scorpio moon, there's going to be a lot of risk taking, but a lot of secret bets and a lot of gambling. And this can even tap into ancient knowledge and occult knowledge. There could be a lot of symbolism and metaphysical symbology and a lot of things around finances, especially because the Scorpio moon is close to squaring the Aquarius sun in eighth house. And eighth house is other people's resources and finances and money, conjunct Venus, though. Okay, that's what's so fascinating about this. If you guys, hold on, let me, sorry, my mouse has been acting up all day, even though I've been trying to charge it. So the Aquarius sun conjunct Venus in eighth house, other people's money, emergencies. But that is showing us, right, innovative, futuristic, something new, freedom, liberation. This may be when they usher in the exchange and the change of cryptocurrency, XLM, XRP, Ripple, all that stuff being our regular currency and getting rid of the paper dollar. Could happen before, but if it doesn't happen before, a lot of people are speculating around November because a lot of things are shifting. This Super Bowl can really usher it in for 2026. So it's really fascinating. And I was telling Queen Bee off air, we're also seeing this Mars here. So that's emergencies, surgeries. It's cuts, separates, divides in Aquarius in the house of emergencies and sudden events, right? We can literally see during the Super Bowl some serious injuries to the lower legs, ankle, calf, Achilles, and shin. And didn't you say that came up in the numbers too, Queen?
Yes. So also another part of the vital few. So there are four numbers that are the vital few for the Super Bowl. So they're the 5, the 8, the 11, which is a master number, the 1 and the 4, which are the sun numbers. So the 4 really shows up, and that obviously that 4 denotes odd and unusual injuries and accidents, mysterious accidents and injuries. So you know. What everything that you just said, that 4 is backing that up.
Okay. And what's so fascinating, if you guys notice, we got this Uranus and Taurus, right, in the house of the politician, the 11th house, right? And it's, doesn't go back into Gemini until April for the next 7 years, but it's loosely squaring. And Taurus is the physical body, the throat chakra, but it's squaring the sun and the Venus in Aquarius.
Mm,
So that tells me the square is uncomfortable, sudden events or changes around money and currency. This is going to
mhm.
be a big money theme. They haven't announced, I don't think yet, the Super Bowl performer. I was speculating. I've heard rumors it could be Jay-Z, but I wonder if they bring in some California artists. I don't know, who that could be. I don't know if the Chili Peppers have done it before, but I was thinking about them. Maybe they did do it one year. I don't know if they want to do back-to-back hip hop, but I'm just trying to figure who represents freedom and revolution. I'm trying to think, is there like some sort of young artist or somebody that's really popular that could fulfill this role? Or, even the concept of the money change. So that stay tuned for who they announce. That'll be fascinating. And you
Yes.
see Neptune is already back um, into Aries, and Saturn goes back in February 13th, you guys. It's in Pisces. So that's also concerning about foot injuries too. And then lower leg extremities. But then there's that conjunction of Saturn and Neptune and Aries is on February 20th. So I just want to show this chart real quick with the Scorpio moon. Definitely a lot of things around gambling. Unfortunately, I don't want to get too controversial, but every year, wherever the Super Bowl city is at, that becomes the number one place for sex trafficking and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
every year.
and especially Big E with that number 5 ruling the energy. Number 5 is the fundamental sex number.
Okay.
And
So
it
I
also
noticed that
denotes,
right off the bat. It's going to
yeah,
be really wild in California. That's not a Super Bowl I would want to go to. I'll be
right.
watching at home on TV, but I want, because this is the Scorpio moon in the fifth house of kids. So I want you
Mhm.
guys to see what the chart's showing. It's not like I'm making stuff up or Queen Bee is. But enough with this in the chart. I just kind of wanted to, warm it up, Kane, and warm up the room so you guys know these energies. And Venus in Aquarius is very friendly, like groups and organizations. There's going to be a lot of group gambling and group betting and just all this
So,
stuff.
yes.
It's
Yes.
it's going to be really fascinating. Um, I am more than excited for this season and this game. And then we will bring up Queen Bee's presentation. Let me get us back into the room. And then we are going to bring this up. And you want to read the chat? Any questions or comments for the people?
I'll read the chat. I don't think there's any questions yet, but there's people in the
Or any
check-in. So
comments, any fandom? You guys put your fandom
yeah.
in.
Did you guys put your teams in? Steven, the Jupiterian, is here. He said peace and love family, and it looks like the 49ers.
Okay.
49ers, sorry, in advance, or New York Jets. Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't think
So
either
he
one will do too well this year.
right.
I got 7
Yeah.
games for the Jets and 9 games for the Niners and just missing the playoffs.
And then we have Gigi the Empress, Peace
Hey
Queen.
Gigi.
Teresa Miller is on the check-in.
Hey Teresa.
And then we have CC Naturally on the check-in. Peace to you, Queen.
What's up, CC?
And Steven said Springsteen born in the USA. So I guess for the halftime show. That would be pretty cool. Bruce
Ooh, now he
Springsteen.
did it years ago
Yeah.
though, I think. But I that could be interesting.
Yeah.
I could see
That would
them
be
bringing Bruce
interesting.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Although he wasn't so, given the props to. I don't know. I think they're going to try to pick somebody that's pleasing to Trump. You know,
Perhaps.
they
Perhaps.
they have never
But you
done
know,
Taylor Swift,
Jay-Z, but Jay-Z is the person that's in charge of picking who does it.
right? And
So
it could be Taylor Swift,
yeah, because her and Travis got engaged, so maybe it might be
and she's
her.
got a new album coming out on was it October or something? Oh yeah, that's who it's going to be.
Yeah. That would be awkward though if it's her and the Chiefs don't make it, and then she's at the Super Bowl, but her husband's not. Or, right?
Well, we'll
Like
we'll talk.
she made it, but he didn't.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one. So I'm gonna bring up the chart. Any other prediction? I mean, you guys put your teams in the chat, and we'll get back to it. And Queen Bee, you've got the floor. Let's
All
see
right.
what we got going here.
So this is our Numerologic Super Bowl analysis for the 25-26 season. We know, like Big E just said, this is going to take place in Santa Clara, California. And that's the stadium you see there. That's where the 49ers play. And obviously, you see the Lombardi Trophy. And then these are just the details about the game. It's taking place on February 8th, 2026. And that's the name of the studio. And then I put this up here because they say you can look at the colors and the logo and kind of get an idea about who may be in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So yeah, so we'll get into that a little bit. There's some colors in there that we'll look at. So this is our agenda. These are the teams that we're going to be breaking down. We're going to be looking at the projections for Super Bowl 60. And we're going to be breaking down the NFC teams, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions. And then for the AFC, we're going to be breaking down the Buffalo Bills, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Kansas City Chiefs.
And let me let everybody know we picked those specific 6 teams because those are, by all accounts, the teams that have the best rosters this year and who are predicted in most predictions from all the pros. And trust me, E Sports is a pro. I used to have a big time sports radio show, Ray and Tate Today. Shout out to my boy Ray. And but I will definitely tell you, I would be shocked if the Super Bowl didn't have 2 of those 6 teams we selected, or at least 1. I would say probably 2. Outside shots from what we have: Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know, maybe the Rams, maybe the Chargers. But these are the
Right.
main 6. So go ahead, Queen.
Okay, so these are the main 6. So first, guys, what we need to do is we need to look at the actual analytics of the actual Super Bowl, the day that it's taking place, the stadium, and all that. So that's what we have here on the first slide. So it's taking place. That's the address, 4900 Marie P. DiPartolo Way. And when you break that down, you see all of the breakdowns there. I won't go through each one of them, but that all equals up to a 5. So the stadium, the address is a 5. Okay.
Mm,
When we look at it. And then when you look at Levi Stadium, that also equals a 5. So you
wow.
already see the pattern of the 5 energy taking place here. And then when we look at the date that this stadium was constructed, that means that's the date that they started to like break ground to do the construction. That was done on April 19th in 2012. So this makes the stadium's construction date an Aries fire,
Mm,
Aries 1. So that's a fire sign, fire number. And that means that their key numbers are going to be the 1, 4, and 9. And then
okay.
when we look at the date that the stadium actually opened, it opened on 7/17/2024. So the stadium itself is a Cancer 8. It's a water sign with an earth number. the key numbers to the stadium are 827. Its personal energy factor is a 6. So the stadium itself is always 6 cycles ahead of the energy, the universal energy, and it is going to be in a 7 personal year when a Super Bowl takes place. So next year, the stadium itself will be in a 7 energy, which is like an introspective energy. It's like a specialist. The seven's a specialist, it's a knowledge seeker, and it chooses to specialize in its niche. So when we see these energies with the seven show up in sports, I like to say you can use that either as a specialist and really knowledge seek and dig deep and go far, or it can hold you back because it can be like a energy that you go inward and you're kind
Mm.
of a sabbatical and you kind of don't want to be bothered with the world. So it could go either way, but it depends on the
And you
person.
know what I want to just say, Queen, about this? The moon in Scorpio in squaring the Aquarius sun, it's on its way to the Aquarius new moon, and it is still going to literally be the year of the snake. We'll be going in at the Aquarius new moon, the year of the horse. So that'll be the 8th. It'll be probably like more towards the 13th or 14th. We'll go into
Mhm.
the year of the horse. So that'll be kind of fascinating. So it's still going to have some snakier energy, but numerology wise, right? It's a 10-year, right? A new beginning, a 1 year.
So numerology universally, it's a 1 year. Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't
Yeah,
get to
that's
that.
what I thought.
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
But so for the stadium, it's a 7 year. But yeah, universally, we're going to be in a one universal year. And then I'll just tell you, so 2/8/2026, that's a one universal year. It's a 3 universal month, which is good for competition, expansion, creative energy, artistic output. And then we have it on the 11 universal day, which again, that 11 is one of the vital few lytics, which we'll see when we get over the chart. So with that 11, like you said, Big E, it's going to be a lot of group collaboration, group dynamic, especially with, like you said, with dealing with money changes. Even that 8 deals with the bones. So you said some injuries could be some broken bones in those feet.
Yes.
So there's a
Ankles,
lot of
feet. Yeah.
different a lot of different energy that surrounds this day. So the stadium itself holds 68,500 people. That equals up to a 1. Now, however, they can fit more people in there, but that's the safety capacity that the stadium can hold. And then the Santa Clara adds up to a 6. Okay, the birthday of Santa Clara, when that city was founded, was on July 5th, 1852. So the city's also a Cancer, and there goes another number 5. So you see this 5 energy, and this Cancer energy is really strong with this stadium. So that makes the town a 527. The
Mm.
town's in a 4 personal year, so it's going to take work for them to get to this town that year. It's going to take work for people to get to this town that year. It's going to take hard work, a schedule, a routine, diligence, and sticking to the goal, and also being visionary, thinking outside the box and doing something different than you normally do. These teams are going to have to do something visionary to get there this year.
Okay.
So then when we look at the zip code, that equals to a 5. So there goes another 5. Then we get to California, that equals a 5. There's another 5. So then when we put Santa Clara, California together, that's the master number 11. And then when we do Super Bowl 60, that equals up to a Super Bowl equals to a 5. And then the 60, plus the 60, that equals to a master number 11.
Oh,
So
wow.
these are the main lytics that we're looking at. So let me get you to the next page. So this is how we chart this, okay? So these are everything that you see on the left-hand side of this line is called the vital few. And what this is, it's the vital few that you have to put in to get 80. It's the 20% that you put in to get 80% output. So it's like the hardest workers, it's the workhorses. These are the lytics that have the most energy around them, if you will. So I know my name is kind of covering the bottom part, but that first one, the stadium, is a number 5. The opened individual frequency is a 8, and
Mhm.
the city and state is an 11, and then we added in the 1 and the 4 because they are the 1 is a little bit left of the line, so we added the 1, and since they're sun numbers and they got the same score, we added the 1 and the 4. So now let's get to that page. So these are our vital few. So these are the vital few numbers that the Super Bowl energy embodies this year. So that 5, like we said, that's a popular number. It's for popularity, something dealing with the public, involving some risk, gambling. It's multifaceted. You have to be very flexible, versatile. It's going to be exciting and fun. It denotes short distance traveling and all that kind of stuff. And it also denotes, like, that overindulgence with drinking, gambling, drugs, food, etc. So these are lessons that can be learned the hard way when dealing with that 5.
Right,
So these
right.
are the things that everyone needs to look out for.
And that
And it,
connects to the chart of it, right? With the Scorpio
yes,
moon in the fifth house. Yeah,
in
that
the fifth house, exactly, Big
it's
E,
pretty
exactly.
pretty intense.
And if you say, and then what you say in the Scorpio moon, in the fifth house, like look at this, it's all connected. And then also Scorpio is the original house of the Scorpio is the eighth house, right? So look, the number 8 is also a part of this, right?
Yeah, and that's where the
So,
Aquarius sun's at, yeah.
and that, see, so now with the 8, this is dealing with money. So all that with Big E saying, there might be some things going on with the money and the way that the money's being played out for this game. Power, concentration, and focus. They're core to this Super Bowl. That's what people are going to need. They're going to need power. They're going to need concentration, and they're going to have to be focused to make it to this game. This game is going to be, if they do that, they'll have success in the game. Now, the game's also going to be about either establishing a legacy and making a career achievement, or continuing a legacy and making career achievement. And I say
Mm,
that because some of these teams are trying to establish a legacy. Some
yeah.
of these teams never even won a Super Bowl before. So
Yes,
there's,
the
there's,
Bills
there's
and the Lions have never won, and the
yeah,
Lions have never been there.
Blinds have never been there, and that's all in through the research. So, like I said, this is about establishing that legacy or carrying that legacy through, like someone like the Chiefs or the Eagles or the Packers, who have won several Super Bowls and want to carry that legacy on. So karma is at play here. So we know it's the work that you put in is going to determine, if you're going to make it to this big game or not. And what's going to hurt that number 8 is any type of greed, being lazy, or going small in any way. You can't, none of the teams can go small this year. They all got to go big. They got to take a risk. They got to be versatile. They got to be multifaceted so far. So these are all the things that's going to encompass if the team makes it to the game, and this is all the energy of the game. And then we get to that master number 11. Again, we know that's visionary energy, that's inventive energy. So like, these teams are going to have to reinvent themselves. They're
Mm,
going to have to step outside of that normal box that they do, like how the Eagles came up with the tush push. Is going to have to be something like that, that's different and innovative, to kind of get these teams over that hump, to get them to be able to win this game. It's going to be it has to be a collaborative effort on
mm.
a group level. The whole group has to participate. That's paramount, and it's going to come with something. It's got to be something, like I said, new and progressive to reach that big game. And teamwork is going to be required. But that 11 also tells us that there's trials, tribulations, and treachery afoot, and there's hidden dangers afoot. So
Mm.
this could mean the injuries. This could mean, the different things happening with players. So that's something to look out for. Then when we look at that one, these teams are going to have to be creative. They're going to have to be pioneers to get here. They're going to have to be determined and confident and ambitious leaders to get here. So the people who are leaders on a team, they're going to have to continue that leadership role. They're going to have to continue that and not do it in a way where their ego is out of control. They have to keep their ego in check. They can't be domineering, because again, that 11 is telling us we have to collaborate and work together. So we're going to need the creative leadership, but we also need that innovative group dynamic to make it work. And
Mm.
then, like I said, that number 4, that's the hard work to get to a Super Bowl, sticking to your schedule, your routines, and building your foundations. And also not being slow to decide, not slow to decide with your trades, with your picks, with your plays that you're going to call. All of that, you got to be on point and ready to go. And you got to put your work ethic ahead of everything else, and step outside of the box and do something visionary, and stay positive and keep your head on a swivel, because those odd and unusual accidents or injuries can come about with that number 4 energy.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So these are the vital few. These are the lowest amount of numbers that are going to do the most amount of work to get us to the big game. All right. So we're going to take a look now at the Eagles lytics. So we don't have to go directly through all of this, Big E.
Yeah.
Um, but the Eagles, they were purchased, like I said, they're a Cancer team also. They're a water sign, earth number team. Their keys are the 8, 2, and 7. They're always 6 cycles ahead.
Well, you know what's
Of
good about that, Queen? Jupiter's in
What's that?
Cancer.
Yeah,
Jupiter's in
so
Cancer
that's
this year.
good.
So that Cancer
So that's
energy is
good.
good. Yeah.
So the Eagles adds up to a 20. The Philadelphia adds up to a 9. When you put them together, that's a master number 11. The Lincoln Financial Field is a 13. The Eagles have won 2 Super Bowls. Their owner's Jeffrey Lurie. You see his name adds up to an 11. He is a Virgo 8 person with a personal energy factor of 8, and he's a life path 6. So then we have Nick Sirianni. His name equals to a 3, which doesn't really play into these lytics, but he is a Gemini 6 person. So his personal energy factor is a 3. He is going to be in a 3 going into a 4 personal year for this season. And then of course, we have Jalen Hurts. His name adds up to that 8, and he is an August 7th Leo, fire
Right.
sign, water number. Personal energy factors is 6. He's going to be in a 7 personal year when they play the Super Bowl. So again, he is a 7. He's going to be going into a 7 personal year next year. So that could be, him being that specialist and making sure that he's, honing in. And that's that 7. They're always seeking to do better. They're always seeking to correct. So that's why you see Jalen, his attitudes like that, Big E. He's always seeking to correct himself, correct his
He's
mistakes,
so disciplined
review.
and works so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a part of his frequency. Yeah.
I could see
So
him
here
winning
goes.
this year, actually.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see how he plays this year. So for the Eagles, their vital few are going to be, which I can't see because my screen's kind of cutting off. Hold on, let me see if I can pull this
Yeah,
up.
that one wasn't coming up.
Yeah, my screens sometimes when you share these screens, they cut off a little bit. Here, I'll
Oh,
put it right here. So yeah, so the Eagles' vital few is going to be the number 2, the number 8, and the number 6. Okay, and we're going to get into all of those at the end, and I'll just do a quick breakdown at the end for those. And then let's just take a quick look at the Lions, established on July 12th, 1930. So again, we have another.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah, we got another Cancer team. So a lot of Cancer teams out here in these NFL streets. Um their keys are the 3, 2, and 7. Personal energy factors a 1. So they're going to be an 11 personal year when they play the Super Bowl. So they're in a one personal year this year. Next year they're going to go into an 11 personal year. They're on the same cycle as me and you, Big E.
Well,
So
that's
they're
pretty beneficial for them.
that is very beneficial for them. So that's all going to be a part of the prediction in their lytics because that 11 is strong with them there. And
Yep.
then their Lions adds up to a 1, Detroit a 9. Detroit Lions together there goes another number 1. Ford Field adds up to a 6. They have won 0 Super Bowls, poor Lions. And Sheila Ford Hamp is their owner. She is a Scorpio 4 person, water sign, air number. She is going into a 6 personal year. Um, and then the head coach, Dan Campbell, his name adds up to a 3, but his last name is a master number 11.
Mm.
His personal energy factor is an 8. So he is going into a 9 personal year next year, which is good. 9 is a year of dreams fulfilled. The work you put in, your manifestations coming through. So we'll see how that works out for them. The quarterback, Jared Goff, his name adds up to a 3. And he's a Libra 5, and
Yeah,
he is a
Libra.
personal, yeah, he's a personal energy factor 6. So he's going into a 7 personal year next year, just like Jalen. So that'll be interesting to see. And let me see if I could get this back up. Here goes the Lions lytics. So for the Lions, their vital few are going to be the 1, 4, and 9. Okay, so that's just it. We're going to get on to the next slide because there's a method to this madness at the end. All right, so let's get through to the Packers. This is the last team
The
on the NFC.
cheeseheads. All the cheeseheads stand up.
Stand up, you cheeseheads. Um, So the Packers are actually a Leo. They're master number 11, uh, established on August 11th. And the
Mm.
funny thing about the Packers, Big E, that I didn't know, the Packers are majority owned by the fans.
Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, community based,
Yeah,
yeah. That's the
yeah,
only
they're
franchise.
community based. Yep, they got 538,000 shareholders that are fans. So they don't actually have an owner, but the president is Ed Policy. So we just put his information up there. But I just thought that was interesting to note. And then the Packers adds up to a 6. Green Bay adds up to a 6. Together, they add up to a 3. Lambeau Field adds up to a 7 altogether. They've won 4 Super Bowls in their history. We've got Ed Policy. He is a Libra 6 person. He's going into an 8 personal year next year, so that's pretty good for them. That's a good business year and a good harvest year for Ed Policy. The head coach Matt LaFleur, his name adds up to a 5. He's a Scorpio 4 person. He's going into a 7 personal year. So these people going into that 7 personal year could go either way for them, because right now they're in the 6th year. Next year they're going to a 7. So these are both out cycles. They're kind of cycles where you're dealing with home, family, community adjustments this year, and then next year they're going to be looking introspective, or they might be looking to be that specialist next year. So it all depends on their energy and how it plays out for them.
So a
And
7 could
then
be more like hibernating or the unique
yes.
specialist. Okay.
Yes, well, 7 is the specialist, because
Okay.
7 is always digging deeper to find the answer, and 7s are generally the experts in their niche, whatever niche they pick. Whatever they pick to do, they are the experts. They're the authority.
Okay.
So that's that 7 energy. But the 7 energy overall in a year, it's very inward energy. It's very almost like midlife crisis type of energy, that you're looking inward at yourself, questioning, why are you doing this? Why did you do it that way? What could you do better? Why can't you be better? All these types of things is a very deep self-evaluation. So that's why I say I have a little concern with some of these people going into that 7 year. But these are professionals, so we'll see how they handle it, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Jordan Love. Um, his name adds up to a 5. He is a Scorpio 2 person, and he's going into a 5 personal year. So that really aligns with the Super Bowl energy. So that's pretty
Well,
good
and then
for the
when I
Packers.
saw the Scorpio moon, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Jordan Love,
Hmm.
Scorpio moon, he's a Scorpio. This could be
Is
really
a
good for him.
Scorpio. He's a Scorpio, and he's a moon number. That
Yeah.
2 is a moon
Oh,
number.
wow. And they just got Micah
Yeah,
Parsons, who's a Gemini, on their team, one of the best defensive players in the league from the Dallas Cowboys in the recent trade. So that's
right.
going to be
That's going to be
interesting.
interesting. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. And I didn't do Michael Parsons because you see the criteria we have.
Yeah.
Um, but that is interesting that he's coming there. Do you know when his birthday is? He's a Gemini. What?
Oh gosh, I want to say May 27th.
Okay, a
Somebody could
9, a
check for us,
Gemini.
but I think it was he's definitely a Gemini. He's an early Gemini.
Mm,
It's May 27th or
May,
May 28th.
okay, May 27th is my brother's birthday, so that's a
Okay.
Gemini 9 person.
Yeah.
But then here go to Packers Lytics. So their vital few. Now, look, they have 4 vital few. So you're going to have some people with more vital fews than others. This just depends on how their numbers stack up. So for the Packers, they have 4, and that's not really surprising because they have 4 key numbers too, since
Okay.
they're born in August and they're born on a moon, not born, but established in
Yeah.
August on a moon day. So they have 4 key numbers. So they have 4 vital few. So it's the number 2, the number 5, the number 6, and the number 4 are all the Packers lytics. Okay. So don't worry, we're gonna get a refresher on all that at the end. And then here we're gonna get into the AFC. So let me just pull that up. Let me see if I can pull it up bigger on the
Yeah.
other
And
one.
anybody in the chat, if you want to just search for us, it's Micah, Micah Parsons. I think he was born May 27th or May 28th, but yeah, he's
Yeah,
just gonna
thank you.
he'll be the best defensive player on their team, which can really help their team. They have a huh?
I was saying, yeah, he's gonna be an awesome help to them.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's gonna really take their team to an. Right now, they've like moved up in the favorites to go to the Super Bowl. They're up there
Right.
with the Lions and Eagles now.
And I'll tell you what, through their numbers, they might be one of the people that I'm picking. I don't know. I mean, of course, I'm always picking my Eagles, but just looking at the lytics, they have a very favorable chance of going.
Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
so looking at the Chiefs real quick, they were established on August 14th. So they're another Leo. They're a Leo 5, like
wait,
some
wait, wait! You
twins that
said
I
August
know.
14th? Oh my gosh! So
Yeah,
my son, my twins,
like
they're
some,
born
yeah,
August 14th,
that's
and
it, like
that's their
some twins
favorite
I
team.
know.
Yeah, well, Jackson likes the Eagles, so he's down with you.
Uh-huh.
But Mateus's favorite team is the Chiefs. So I got to let
See?
him know they were established on his birthday. That's not an accident.
Let him know that. Let him know that.
Yeah.
So again, their keys are the 5, 1, and 4. Their personal energy factor is a 4, so they're going to be going into a 5 personal year next year. The Chiefs adds up to a 25-7. Kansas City adds up to a 6 altogether. Kansas City Chiefs altogether is a master number 22. Arrowhead Stadium is a master number 11.
I want some of that Kansas City barbecue I hear about. I heard it's so good.
Yeah. Oh, Micah Parsons is May 26th, and
Okay, I was
that's
one
my
day. Okay, one day on
yeah.
26.
But you know
So
what? That's even better because that really tells me that he's really a specialist because
he is.
those people born with that birthday, they're specialists and they're all they do, and they're very devoted. Those
What
number
number
eight,
is that? May 26. What does that make him?
he's at number 8. He's an 8 person. So he's very devoted. So he is a air sign with an earth number, and he's very devoted. Those 8s will devote their life and sacrifice themselves for what
He
they
plays
love.
all over the field, and you don't know where he's lining up. And
Yep.
so even though he's a linebacker, sometimes he lines up in the middle, the right side, the left side, and he's a dynamic pass rusher.
Hmm.
First, I think 5 years or 4 years, he's had 12 sacks or more each year. So he's really gifted.
Yeah, and you know what? They're workhorses. They're
Oh
workhorses,
yeah,
so
he is.
that doesn't surprise me. Um, so moving right along, they've won 4 Super Bowls. Their owner is Clark Hunt, and that adds up to a 7 altogether. He is a Pisces 1 person,
Mm.
and he's going into a 4 personal year next year, which is a little bit odd and unusual. So we'll see how that works out for them. And then the head coach, Andy Reid, adds up to a 5. He's a Pisces 1 also, born on March 19th, though. His personal energy factor is a 4. He's also going into a 5 personal year. And then Patrick Mahomes, he is that Virgo number 8.
Virgo
He's
power.
that Virgo power. He's that Earth sign, Earth number. So he's very stable, very, very stable and
He's
pragmatic.
already had
Very,
a Hall of Fame
yeah,
career, and he's still
yeah,
young. It's incredible. I got to
workhorse.
give the kid credit. He's
Yep.
incredible.
He is incredible. And he's going to be going into a 9 personal year next year.
Mm.
So we'll see how that works out for him there. And then here goes the Chiefs lytics. Now the Chiefs only have 2 lytics, number 5 and number 4. Okay.
And then when you say lytics, that means like beneficial numbers for them.
Yes, this
Okay.
this means that this is the most numbers that are showing up in their own energy. So
Okay.
through their own numerology of what everything you just saw me go through on these
Yeah.
lytics, all of this is compiled into this graph, and whoever has the most is going to be first. So they have the most number 5s. They had 9 number 5s. They had 8 number 4s.
Oh,
So
the
that's
Chiefs.
how we get the lytics.
You're talking about
Okay.
the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, that was the Chiefs.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So now looking at the Bills. The Bills established their Scorpio 1. They are going into a 3 personal year, which is good for the Super Bowl. Um, their name, the Bills, adds up to a 12-3, which I almost think maybe is that why they can't get anywhere and do anything because
Yeah, they're
that's
0-4 in the Super Bowls, but they've
that's
had they've had a very good team for a long time.
yeah, that's wild how they have not been able to get to the big game or win the big game.
Yeah.
Let me just look at this to make sure I did that right. Hold on. Yep. Okay. All right.
Yeah, in
So
the 90s, they
again,
lost to the Redskins, the Niners, and the Cowboys twice.
yeah, and then they go back to back in the 90s, like they went 4
Yeah,
years in a
they
row.
went
And
3 years in a row. I'm sorry, no, the
3
Giants
years.
they lost to, the Giants. That was the first one in '90, the Giants, and then they lost to the Redskins and then twice to the Cowboys. So yeah.
Yeah. So their Buffalo Bills altogether adds up to an 11. Buffalo's an 8, and the Highmark Stadium adds up to a 1. But you see, there's 2 5s in there. Highmark is a 5, and Stadium's a 5. They've won 0 Super Bowls. Their owner is Terry Pagula. March 27th. He is an Aries 9 person, and he's going into a 4 personal year next year.
Mm.
So we'll see how
Here's the
that works
Bills
out.
Mafia fans. Any Bills fans here?
We got some Ravens fans in the audience.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
They're cool
Quarterback
enough.
Josh Allen. His name adds up to that master number 33.
Oh,
And yeah, right. Yep. So that's a 6, and he's a Gemini 3 person.
ooh.
He's going to be into a 9 personal year next year. So he's getting
I'm
8.
telling you, I'm sensing something about that because even,
Yep.
he's a Gemini and he on May 21st, he's 0 degree Gemini and he's got a Cancer moon, which is going to be next to that Jupiter. That's very beneficial.
Very beneficial. Very beneficial. And their lytics are very beneficial. So their lytics are the 6, the 5, and the 8. So these are the energies that are going to help propel them to the Super Bowl.
Mm,
So let's get through the Ravens. This is the last team, and then we'll get into a little bit of the analysis and the breakdown. Established on they're Aquarius. They're established on the day before the Super Bowl is going to be played. I mean, the day after,
mhm.
February 9th in 1996.
Yeah.
They're going into a 3 personal year. So that's pretty good for them. They're an 11 personal year this year, going into a 3 year next year. So that's a good combination. The Ravens adds up to a master number 22. That's a 4. Baltimore adds up to a master number 11. That's a 2. Together, that's a master number 33. That's a 6.
Wow.
M&T Bank Stadium, that all together adds up to a 5. They have won 2 Super Bowls in their history. Their owner is Steve Bisciotti, and his name adds up to
Biscotti. Steve
Biscotti.
Biscotti.
Bisciotti. You can tell I didn't work on my
He's
Italian
a good
before.
owner. He's a good owner. He's good.
Yeah. Um, yeah, he is an Aries 1 person. He is going into a he's in a 5 personal year this year. He's going into a 6 personal year next year.
Mm.
The head coach John Harbaugh, his name adds up to a master number 11. He's a Libra 5.
And
He's
his
going
brother, you guys, Jim, is coaching the Chargers, former coach of the
Yeah,
Knicks.
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah,
Yep. And
Jim and John Harbaugh. Yeah.
they both used to coach in Philly too.
Yeah, yeah, under Andy Reid. Yeah, no, it's incredible.
Yeah. Yep. So they're both so he's also going into a 6, he's in a 5-6 up personal cycle, just like the owner is. So he and the owner are on the same life cycle. Um so quarterback Lamar Jackson, you see his name is his first name is a master 11, his last name's a master 22. So Lamar Jackson's a master 33-6. So we
Wow.
can see that with him, right? We see, how he plays, and he's very visionary, and
He's already
you
won
know
2 MVPs and honestly deserved to have his 3rd last year, but they gave it to Josh Allen. But
right.
Lamar had the best season. He was
Yep, yes he
incredible.
did.
He
He
was
was
incredible. He just
incredible.
struggled in the playoffs, but I think eventually he's gonna crack through.
Yeah, and he is incredible. And he's a Capricorn 7. So
Yep,
again, he's a specialist, but he's got that Capricorn, so he's a worker. He works hard at his specialty. He
yep.
works hard at his trade. He's a personal energy factor 8. So he's going to be in the 8 personal year this year, but
Mm.
next year he's in a 9 year, which is favorable. That's favorable to him for the Super Bowl. So we're going to see how all this plays out as we get through the year. And then when we look at the Ravens lytics, hold on, I might the state their lytics, they also actually they're the one of the people who have the most lytics. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vital few. They
Okay.
have the
Yeah, you may have
stadium.
to refresh it. It's not coming up for some reason.
It's not coming up. Hold on, I'm gonna
Maybe
take
just
it
go
down and put the
backwards.
other one. I'll put the other one up. No, I can put this one up and it'll show the whole screen. It just is a little small, but it's a little bit better than that other one. Oops, went too far. So yeah, so their vital few are going to be the number 5, the number 9, the number 6, and the number 2, and the number 4. So they have all of these vital few.
Yeah, we're not
So,
seeing it. Maybe go back
oh, you
and
don't see it?
oh, wait, is that it now? No.
Can you guys see the purple? It's like a purple chart. Do you see it?
Oh, maybe I do see it now. Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
it should be there. It should be there.
okay. Yeah, it was the one
Okay.
before, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah, the one before wasn't showing it on the bottom. So, all right, now I'm going to put this down, Big E, and then I'm going to go to the big screen. Because that was it. So that's the breakdown. So we did all of the breakdown. So now let's go through a little bit of the numerology. So this is the conclusion. Again, we already spoke about the Super Bowl's vital few. That number 5, that number 8, that number 11, and then the sun numbers, the 1 and the 4. We spoke about that. The Super Bowl's taking place again on February 8th, 2025. a one universal year.
2026.
I mean, sorry, 2026. Let me fix that. 2026. I'll fix that later. But it's still a one universal year. That part's right.
Yeah.
One universal year, 3 universal months, and an 11 universal day. And then when we look at the team, so let's look at the Eagles first. The Eagles are going to be in a 7 personal year. They're going to be having a 9 personal month and an 8 personal day on the Super Bowl. So that's very favorable. The 8 is favorable for them because they're number 18. The 8 is also one of the vital few for the Super Bowl, and it's also one of the Eagles' vital few. So that's very good. And I just put the opposition numbers up there so you could see them, but they're not going to. We're not going to too much go into that because we're just looking at the date and the what adds up to the vital few. Okay, so then we have the Lions. They're going to be on the day of the Super Bowl. They're going to be in an 11 personal year, a 4 personal month, and a 3 personal day. Their key numbers are the 3, 2, and 7.
What would you
Their
say?
fight.
What would you say you look at to be most beneficial? Is it the personal day?
Well, the most beneficial that I would look at, like I said, is who has most of that who has most of this energy up there, the 5, 8, 11, 1, and 4.
Okay.
Okay. Because the personal day and all that, it matters. But I'll tell you how, because I think last year the Eagles it was on a personal day that was like an opposition to them. But all that means is that you're going to have a little bit more stress that day.
Okay.
So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to make it because it's in a day that's opposition to you. You still might make it to the game, but you're going to have more stress. So the way that I look at it, Big E, is who has most of the vital few that match the Super Bowl's vital few. So
Sounds
that's how
good.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of looking at it. And
Yeah,
then
no,
I'm
that makes
just
sense. I was just curious. Yeah, I didn't know what
yeah,
was.
and then I'm looking at the date to see what personal energy they'll be in because it does matter because we do want to know what personal year will they be in. So to me, the Eagles being in a 7 personal year, that could go either way for them
Right.
for as a team. You know, the people who are in those 11 personal years, that's favorable. The 5 personal year, that's favorable. The Chiefs, those are favorable times. And then you got the 2 on the bottom who are in the same cycle. They're going to be in a 5 personal month. So that's very favorable for them. So it just depends. But like I said, we really care about who has the most in common with the vital few. That's how we did it with last year's Super Bowl and it worked out. So that's how we look at it. Now, granted, last year's Super Bowl, I was only looking at the 2 teams that were already there. So it was a little bit easier and I could use a little bit more information.
Right.
Since we had 6 teams, I had to scale back some of the information that we were doing the breakdown on because
Yeah.
it would have
No,
just got
still
too
amazing.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have got too big. So the Packers, again, their key numbers are the 2, 7, 1, and 4. Their vital few is the 2, 5, 6, and 4. So they have that 5 and that 4 in their vital few that match the vital few of the Super Bowl. The Chiefs, they have the 5 and the 4. That's all they have, though. Um, that's all they have. They don't have 3 vital few. They just have 2. So
Okay.
that might be a deterrent for them. That might not be great for them. Plus, I mean, they're going into a 5 personal year, which is okay because that matches the energy. But they're going to be in a 6 personal day, a 7 personal month. They might be a little bit out during that time. So even if they do make it, I don't know if I see them winning.
Yeah.
Um,
About the
then the
Bills,
Bills,
Bills and the
yeah,
Ravens. Yeah.
Bills and the Ravens, their numbers are introverted, as you can see. They're on the same life cycle, but their key numbers are introverted. The Bills are the 149, the Ravens are the 941. But the Bills' vital few is 658. So they have that 5 and the 8, and that 5 and the 8 are the main 2 vital few for the Super Bowl. And then the Ravens have the 5, 9, 6, 2, and 4. So really, it's just the 5 and the 4 that match up with the main vital few of the Super Bowl. But the Ravens have more of the Super Bowl lytics than anybody else does.
In
So
the AFC or all the teams?
all the teams that we just broke down, the Ravens have, to me, the Ravens look like they have the best chance just based on that. And then let me just take a look. 2 and 8. Yep. 1, 2. So all of the teams that we see listed up here, They only have um, two lytics at the most
So the
that match.
Ravens have the best in AFC, and who is it? Detroit the best in NFC
So in the
or
NFC,
the
it looks like
Packers?
it's the Packers.
Oof.
So I'm looking at, I mean, I'm not saying it in stone,
Yeah.
but the energy from the breakdowns and from what we used, it looks like Ravens and Packers.
Wow.
If I'm going with my heart, I'm looking at Eagles and I think Bills. If I'm going with my own mind, I think Eagles and Bills. Um, but I also think it could be Ravens and Lions because the Lions are also in that 11 personal year. So it's between
Yeah.
the Lions and the Packers, I think, based on these lytics. So let me get that off. And that's all I have as far as the presentation, E.
That is
Um,
fascinating. Let
so
me hold on. Let me stop the share there, and then see, and this is what's so fascinating, you guys, and thank you,
I
Queen.
got it.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what's so amazing about this is that there's so many details and
Yes.
there's so much. And then we also have to factor in Vegas and gambling.
Mm-hmm.
What does the NFL, even though, we both love football and I'm a diehard sports fan, there have been, as we talked about those Super Bowl colors, right? We saw red,
Yes.
purple, blue. There's a lot where people feel like, that the games are controlled and fixed and it is entertainment. So, legally they're considered to be an entertainment league. So they have every right to control and fix games. And
Right.
gambling has increased like 100-fold in the last 5 years. So there's the app for everything, whether it's DraftKings or FanDuel,
FanDuel and
ESPN
yeah.
Bet or this and that. So, that's what is indicated, you guys, with that Scorpio moon in the fifth house.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a huge energy harvesting, occult knowledge day, a
Mm-hmm.
huge gambling day. Queen Bee
Mm-hmm.
even saw it, right, with the fifth house Scorpio moon. Children, don't take no kisses, Santa Clara. Okay.
Yeah, this event, I was going to say that some Super Bowls have a more child friendly energy about them. This one does not. With those numbers that are leading it, the 5, the 8, the 11, the 1, and the 4, these are not childlike energies. The 8 and the 11 alone are older soul frequencies. They're older soul numbers. And then, you got the 1 and the 4. The 1 is youthful, but that 5 is there's going to be so much debauchery, gambling, overindulgences, with sex, gambling, with food, with drinking, drugging. So there's going to be a lot going on. And like I said, we can't get away from that 5 being the fundamental sex
So
number.
Queen Bee, I mean, cool. Off the top of the head, I mean, give me some love for Aaron Rodgers and my Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, Aaron's a Sag. I don't know with his
So
name what that is. I don't want to put you on the spot, but any glimmer or hope for my Pittsburgh Steelers that you see?
So I did break down Pittsburgh. I just didn't have it because we cut, remember me and you cut them down. So I
Mhm.
did break Pittsburgh down if you want me to kind of look at it
Oh,
a
let
little.
the audience know. Try to make me smile before my birthday.
Okay, let me do that. So Aaron Rodgers, his name adds up to a 6 total. His first name, that was a 16-7, which is a karmic debt number, which is probably why he goes through all that kind of stuff he goes through. Um, Their stadiums that they play in equal to 5. Well, the Acrisure State. How do you pronounce their stadium? Acrisure.
AccuSure? Yeah, they changed it from
Acrisure.
Heinz Field. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was Heinz Field. And I mean, they've had 6 Super Bowl wins. I didn't break their lytics down, but they are a Cancer 8 team. They're
Okay. Okay.
established July 8th, 1933. So that team, your teams, just like the Eagles, are going to be going into a 7 personal year, just like the Eagles. So I don't know, and it really depends on Aaron Rodgers. What's Aaron Rod? Wait, I have it. His birthday. He's a Sag too.
Yeah. And
So
he's a
he's
Scorpio. Wait, but he's a Scorpio moon, Taurus rising.
yeah, okay. So that's good. That's good. Um, but he is, well, he's a life path 8, so that's also good. He's going to be going into a 6 personal year. So this year he's in a 5 personal year, but when the Super Bowl comes, he'll be in a 6 year.
So can I ask
So
you a question about that? Because he just signed a 1-year deal. Would
mhm.
that him entering a 6 year, which would take us into the Super Bowl the next season, would that let you say, oh, he may return for another season? Or we'd be like, oh, he'll walk out and retire?
I think he'll retire
Okay.
because by the end of that season, he'll be going into a 7 personal year. And
Ah,
he's getting older, and he's gonna
yes.
be looking
He'll
at
be
the stuff
turning
like,
42 in
yeah, he's gonna be
December,
like,
right?
"Why the hell am I doing this?" And mutilating my body and like going through all these training. I think he's done after that.
Wow. Okay. I like what the numbers. So you want to go to the chat, and then I will bring up one more screen just so you guys can see kind of my actual sports predictions. But I think it's this is going to be really fascinating. So just okay, you shared your mind. Your mind was what'd you say with your mind was the Bills and Eagles? Or that was your
So
heart?
with so that's my heart. My heart is the Bills and the Eagles.
Your mind said
My Numerologics say the Ravens and the Packers.
Ravens, Packers,
Yes.
and
And
then your
then my better judgment tells me it might be Bills Lions
Bills, Lions. Okay.
or
So
Ravens Lions. I'm sorry, Ravens
oh,
Lions.
Ravens, Lions. Okay, that's really
Yep.
interesting. Okay, so let's go to the chat, see if anybody has any comments. You guys have any Super Bowl picks, any questions, anything?
So, Steven said he likes the underdogs. Um,
What do you guys like most about the Super Bowl? Do you like the commercials? Do you like the camaraderie? Do you like, the snacks, the food?
yeah,
I'm kind
tell
of
us what you guys like about the Super Bowl in the chat. Also, make sure you put your team in the chat so
yeah. Put your
we'll
team.
talk about your team a little bit if
We
you
got
put it in the
we got
chat.
Steven with the Niners and Jets. I think it's a rough season for both. I don't have either one in the playoffs, Steven. And we'll go to my little screen in a second with the Iran Sports picks. You can find Iran Sports on Instagram and stuff. Before we, as they start to maybe comment and stuff, and you guys can put that in. Tell everybody all your information is down below in the description. But tell
Okay.
everybody your website, how they can book readings with you and learn about numerology, and your social medias and stuff like that.
Yes, so you can book a reading with me by going to numeralytics.biz. Like E said, everything's in the chat. You can also buy some of my merch. I have some Queens and Kings Up merch.
All
I
right.
have Royalty Rules. I have a plethora of merch. You can go to besmartclothing.com, and that's, of course, BEE smartclothing.com.
I love it.
There's you can get I think it's free shipping right now, so there's a coupon code on the top, so make sure you use that at checkout to get free shipping. You can go to Amazon and type my name in, Melinda Valentine, and pull up my journals, which I will show real quick again.
Yeah. I'm
The
so happy for you.
elemental,
That's such an accomplishment, you guys.
thank you.
Go and support the
The
queen.
elemental energy journals. So we have earth, fire, air, and water. Okay, so you just pick your sign. You can pick it for sun, moon, or ascendant. And you can go to Amazon right now and purchase a journal. And then we have a lot going on. I want people to come follow me at Numerologics on YouTube. I'm at Numerologics on TikTok, and I'm at Numerologics on Instagram. So the Numerologics is all of my handles. You can also follow me on BTV if you like hip hop, if you like to discuss community engagement and politics. We basically talk about all 11 areas of activity on BTV. Alana's going to be coming on BTV at the end of the month to showcase her business knowledge, skills, and how she balances all that, being a mother and working in the
Oh,
community.
that's going to be great. Yeah, I think, but
So
that's September 26th, right?
yeah, it's at the end of
Yep.
September 26th at the end of
All
the
right.
month. So I'm excited to have her on.
That's going to be
I
great.
can't wait to have the queen on. And yeah, and that's what we're doing. And we have our podcast Numbers Matter. We also do a Astro-Numerology forecast for every month. So the month of September is up on my channel right now.
Okay,
So
and
you
you'll
can
share
go to,
that in the tribe as well, right?
yes, I put that in the tribe, and
Oh,
I'll
great.
continue to share clips and stuff in there.
Oh, great. Okay,
But the
thanks.
full episode's out. It came out yesterday for September's energy, and we're in a 9 universal month. So this is double 9 energy. It's triple 9 energy that we're feeling. So it's important that you guys see what's going on in that forecast so you can see how to navigate through these tumultuous times that we're going to be facing for September.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't forget, you guys, we got 2 eclipses, right? Pisces lunar eclipse, September
yes.
7th. On Sunday, when the season really gets going, the first game is
Mhm.
Thursday, Cowboys, Eagles. So I got to put you on the spot. You got a prediction? I'm going to tell you, I got the Eagles winning opening game over the Dallas Cowboys 27-17.
I got the Eagles winning. I don't have a number prediction.
Oh,
I
come
haven't.
on. You're the number lady. You got to give
I
me a
know.
number.
I haven't looked at any. I haven't looked at any of the numbers, but you know what? It's so funny. I might do a breakdown of that game just because it's the
Okay. Okay.
Cowboys, and I hate the Cowboys. You know, I'm an
Ooh, I
Eagles
can't stand
nation.
the Cowboys.
Oh, we hate the Cowboys. So, I might just do a breakdown of that on Numbers Matter, then I can really get a really good prediction. But my Eagles are gonna blow them out. It's not gonna be close. We're
Ooh,
gonna
I
beat
like
them
that.
very bad. They don't even have Michael Parsons no more.
That's
We're
right.
gonna beat them. Our defense is gonna annihilate Dak Prescott. So,
Ooh.
I'm looking at maybe 30-14 if they get
Ooh.
that much.
Ouch. That's a home opener whooping.
Listen, we just won a Super Bowl. I feel a little bit disrespected that they let these bum Cowboys come in for our first game after the Super Bowl, but that's okay. It's a rivalry. They don't really deserve that spot,
They
but
don't.
the NFL has their script. So
And the
listen,
ratings, yeah. Oh
in
my
the
God, I
ratings,
like how you said that. They don't deserve that spot.
they don't.
That is too funny. It should have probably been
Yeah,
the Commanders with the young king, Jaden Daniels.
it
Now
should have been
that
the
boy,
Commanders because that was the NFC
yeah,
East
that boy
championship
is
game.
bad.
So it should have either been that or the Chiefs. It should have been
Let me
either
tell
one
you
because
something.
that's
Jaden
you know
Daniels, y'all, he is a bad man. I think between the MVP this
yes.
year is going to probably be between Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels. You know, the top four, Josh
Yeah.
Allen and Lamar Jackson will be in the running as well. But I'm telling you, this is going to be a powerful year. So, anybody leave any team names in the comments?
Londa said the Lions and Ravens would be a good game. They play in Baltimore in a couple weeks. Last
Yeah,
encounter, Ravens
that
whooped
would
the
be a great
Lions.
game.
So I think based on the analytics, that those are the people who are leading that to be in the game. So
Okay.
um,
All right.
we
Anybody
got
else?
that down right. Big E, did we say it clear enough? Who the lytics favor? The lytics favor.
Yes, yes. You said it was
I said it.
Packers and
Packers and
Ravens.
Ravens,
Yeah,
or Ravens and Lions.
yeah. So
Yep.
I'm gonna share my screen before we close out, so everybody can see like the official Big E Iran Sports picks. You know what I'm
And then
saying?
my official pick is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, okay, okay, because that's your heart, right?
That's right.
You got to go with the heart.
All the
Um.
time.
Oh wait, is that still your screen?
No, that's your screen. But it looks like it's
Uh,
is it Instagram?
no, let me go and share. That's so funny. Okay.
And
No.
yeah, and I just want to mention too, Big E, the way that we do those lytics, like I said, all of the numerologies it played its role in the background of those lytics. So why we didn't, break down a whole bunch of the numerology during the show, that's not what this type of breakdown is about when you're looking at a sports team. You do want to look at those energies, and we did do that with the vital few, and we did that with some of the teams' personal energy will be for next year. But
Okay.
you want to look at, the vital few. What energy is dominating the event? So that's the way we did it, and that's why we got those vital few.
Okay. So tell me what you see on the screen.
So right now it's just us again. Someone said Denver Broncos is their team.
Oh yeah, I definitely am curious about. Okay, so do you see the Iran Sports now?
No.
Okay. So let me go back to the screen share. I got that.
Who's Denver's quarterback
So
this year?
Denver is Bo Nix, and they have
Oh,
a
I
good
don't know
defense,
him.
and I think they're going to be pretty tough. I have them actually just missing the playoffs. Um, so that'll be interesting. Make sure you close that door. Um, let me see if I can get this up for you guys now. So in the AFC, I have the division winners. The East is the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeah, that's Facebook. Let me just make sure. Sorry, you guys. I got a lot of windows open.
And
Um,
it definitely can happen for the Bills.
yeah. Okay. Now you see it.
Yes, I see it now.
Okay. So here we go. And this is kind of interesting because Eram Sports. So you see with my picks, the AFC, I've got the Bills, Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots, or
Mhm.
Dolphins, Jets, and Patriots. The only team that's making the playoffs is the Bills. They'll get the number one seed at 13-4. Then in the
Mhm.
North, right, Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, and Browns. And I actually have the Steelers and Bengals both making the wild card. Okay, I think Aaron Rodgers
Okay.
will stabilize the Steelers' defense is tough, and the Ravens will have the number two seed.
Mhm.
In the South, I don't think any of the teams are so great. So even the Texans winning, they don't have their running backs healthy. So I had them winning the division, but only an 8-9. Okay.
Mhm.
So they'll
Mhm.
be the fourth seed just by that, but not by record, but they'll be the fourth seed. And then the Chiefs and the Chargers will finish out for the playoffs, and the Chargers will have that last wild card. And so the Broncos are in a tiebreaker, they lose out. So they're going to just miss the playoffs in my pick. And then so the AFC, um, don't. Oh, that's right. I didn't put it in here. But the AFC, I have basically the championship game. Well, let me see. I think I have it further down. Then I can go back to the NFC. In the AFC, the championship game. No, it's not in there. Okay, I didn't put it in there. So the AFC championship game, I have the Ravens losing
Mhm.
to the Bills. And
Oh,
that's going to be a close game. I have it 30-28. Okay.
okay.
So that's going to be fascinating. And then we start in the NFC. Okay. So that means I have the Bills going to the Super Bowl for the AFC. The NFC, you see the Eagles, they're going to have the number one seed, 13-4. Giants will be improved. Cowboys not so good, but the Giants have a tough schedule. And I think by like week 6 or 8, Jackson Dart will get in. Cowboys, and they'll have a good offense, but not they're not going to make too much noise. But the Commanders will get the wild card again. So you see they're in there at 10-7, and then in the NFC North, this is the star division. Okay, so you
Mhm.
have one wild card as the Commanders. The Lions will win the division, but I also have the Packers and then the Vikings getting the final wild card with such a tiebreaker, and the Bears will be improved. You see, they're at 8-9. So they're going to
Mhm.
be way improved, but just need one more year of development, even though they got the Lions offensive coordinator, Ben Johnson, there. And the Vikings have that number 7 seed. 17s make the playoffs now, so you guys know that. And then when you go over to the NFC South, it's just Tampa. Tampa wins the division, and they're really good this year. They're going to have the number 3 seed. And the Falcons will fall a little short of the playoffs. Carolina's improved. The Saints will get the number 1 pick. They're terrible. They're the worst team in the league this year.
Mm.
Sorry about who that nation. And then the NFC West, it's the Rams. Now, Matthew Stafford's got to keep his back together. He's starting week 1, but having
Mhm.
Devontae Adams and Puka Kanua, they're going to be really tough. And the Rams have a good defense with Jared Verse. So I think the Rams will get that division, and they'll have the number 4 seed playing against the top team in the wild card, 4 plays 5, which will be the Green Bay Packers. So there'll be some upsets in the playoffs here, where I think the Packers will win, the Commanders will win, and the NFC is going to wind up. Here we go with the wild cards. So you see Detroit, they get the win. You see Tampa
Mhm.
loses, the Rams, and then we wind up with the division rounds, Philly and Detroit, and then the NFC Championship, Detroit over Philly. Okay, that's gonna be.
Mm-mm. I don't know about
I'm
that.
sorry, girl. The Lions. So basically, we're gonna have the Super Bowl with the Lions and the Bills, and the Bills are gonna win the Super Bowl 31-27. All right, that's the Big E special. And the postseason awards, I like to just announce those. MVP, I'm going with Jalen Hurts. So your guy he's gonna do more passing this year and
Mhm.
still do a lot with the running and the push and getting touchdowns. They tried to vote it out the league, right? They were hating on him, but it's
Right.
still
The
in.
and I think the Packers were the ones leading the bunch on that hate.
Ah, yeah, I think they may have been, right? Coach of the year, I'm going with Dan Quinn of the Commanders. Back-to-back playoff runs, and he's going to have the Commanders looking good. Offensive player of the year, Jaden Daniels. Defensive player of the year, Micah Parsons. He's going to go to Green Bay and turn it up and turn it out, especially to November. He's going to start off with Uranus and Gemini and being the Gemini sun. Unpredictable all over the field, great plays, interception for a touchdown return, silly stuff. Like
Mhm.
you're gonna be like, this dude is insane. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you get the
Matching
offensive.
that great work
Yep. And then
ethic as well.
offensive rookie of the year is Ashton Gentry for the Raiders, running back for Boise
Mhm.
State. He's going to be great. Heisman Trophy guy who came in second place. Defensive rookie of the year is Abdul Carter for the Giants. Giants have a great defensive line, tough schedule. Comeback will be Dak. Dak's going to throw for over 4,000 yards. The Cowboys won't win much, but I think he's going to stay healthy and have a great season. And then the
Mhm.
fantasy player of the year will be like last year, Lamar Jackson. He's just going to kill it with all the stats and everything. So just want to give you the official. But my Steelers
Yeah.
make the playoffs, and guess what? I got my Steelers winning a playoff game where they haven't
Right,
done
there
that
you go.
in a few years. Let's see.
So you think Aaron Rodgers is gonna be the secret sauce to
I
that,
think
huh?
he will actually do better than most people think, and
Mhm.
he will be able to hold things down for them. In the AFC. So yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers. It's not going to be great because I don't think we got a second receiver to help DK Metcalf off, but we have two good tight ends and all that good stuff. I'm a Steelers
Mhm.
fan, so I'm always
Yes.
going to tell you whatever. But I'm honest. I'm fair with my team, right? I think that they do win a playoff game, but they wind up going home. And
Mhm.
like I said, Bills over Ravens, Lions over Eagles. Bills win the
Mhm.
Super Bowl 31-27. Now, what would my heart say? That's just my brain, the sports brain.
Mhm.
The astrology and all that, I will tell you the reason why I like the Bills, you guys, Josh Allen being the Gemini, but he's got the Cancer moon with Jupiter. So he's going to have the health. He'll be running. He'll be using his intuition, his emotional intelligence to calm his nerves is going to be off the charts. And I think it's going to be really beneficial for him. I didn't get to
Yeah.
see Jared Goff's chart, but I think what you said with the numbers for the Lions and Dan Campbell, I really feel like they're going to have a great opportunity to do really well this year. And the Lions have been close. Last year, they had 7 defensive players get hurt
Yeah,
throughout
they
the
had
season.
bad injuries last
They
year.
had bad injuries, and I think
Yeah.
this year Aiden Hutchinson will be healthy for the Michigan Star, and the Lions have improved. They did lose their coordinator, so it's going to be a challenge for them. And you mentioned that with the numbers, but I do feel that the Lions. So I will say this though. So I do think the Lions will edge out the Eagles. But if I had to say, throw everything away, and you said this is a year of taking risk and doing something unique and bizarre. I would say
Mhm.
if I had to pick two teams outside the box to make it, just for the audience so they know, I would tell you the Commanders against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Mm.
That would be sort of like total shocking upset. But I think that, in terms of offense, those two teams are going to be super dynamic. The Commanders got Debo Samuel with Terry McLaurin, and the Bengals re signed all their offense, and their young running back is good. So Joe Burrow, Joe Slick, he's smooth, he's kind of cool.
Mhm.
He's got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So this is it. Any other comments or questions or picks, you guys? I'm kind of curious. Any other fans here? There should be some
Well
more Steeler fans. Go ahead.
there's Brandon Ellis said that he said go Dolphins. He said he roots for the Dolphins every year and he's
Okay,
always
Brandon.
disappointed.
I'm glad you made a show, my brother. The Dolphins. Ooh, you got a tough way to go. I think Tariq Hill will be better this year. I picked him on a few fantasy teams. I hope and pray Tua can stay healthy, but I just don't think your defense is enough. And you guys do not play well in December, like when the weather gets cold. That's the
Oh
one thing with
yeah.
being a Florida team. They really
Right.
they can't handle the freezing cold.
Well, they might need to like get themselves pumped up for that in their training and start trying to train somewhere cold
You
maybe
would
a couple
think
days
so.
just to
They got
get
to do
themselves
something.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they just really they struggle with that. So I don't think the Dolphins will make the playoffs this year, and I think that it's going to be a rough way to go. But yeah, I'm rooting for. I'm a Steelers fan, so of course I'm rooting for my Steelers. But I would love to see Lamar Jackson get one. But I just think with the NFL and just all that I know, I really think it's the Bills year, Bills Mafia. And what? Listen, you said something revolutionary and different, and with all this energy.
Mhm.
Come on, having the Lions who've never been to the Super Bowl, having the Bills who've never won a Super Bowl,
Right.
that would be a Super Bowl that everybody would be interested in seeing,
Yes.
and you're going to have a new winner.
A new
And so I
winner.
think the energy supports that. I think
Bills and
everything,
Lions.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm really thinking it is going to be something new and different, and that to
Yeah.
me would be Bills Lions. Can't get much newer and different than that. Now you could throw
Right.
the Vikings in there. But that depends on their quarterback, JJ McCarthy, and they have a
Mhm.
good defense and they got to stay healthy. But that would be an outside shot. And they are like the Bills, 0-4 in the Super Bowl. So wouldn't
Wow.
that be something? Two old, Vikings, Bills, one of the fan bases would have to win. But I would say Lions, Bills. So
Yeah. Dope. Very dope. So you had a couple more people. Brandon and Steven are talking about how difficult fantasy football is.
it is difficult, but it's so much fun. And I got a draft coming up in about 30 minutes that I'm excited for. My final draft. I do 3 money leagues, 3 free leagues. I was joking with my wife last night, and she's like, "Well, how many leagues are you in?" And I told her the same as always. I said, three for free and 3 money. Right? I don't gamble. I just do the fantasy sports. I don't consider that gambling. Gambling is like when you're betting on each game.
Right.
I'm a
Right.
Virgo. I don't waste money, y'all. But
You're very practical. You're not going to waste that money.
no, I'm not gonna waste that money with a Cap Moon too. And the moon's in Capricorn right now, so I hope everybody's enjoying that. But I'm very practical and stuff like that, and it is my joy and my fun. But also, me, when I first met wifey, I said, "Listen, you'll never see me up in Hooters anywhere. Sundays I'm at home. I watch my football, and that's
Right.
my one day of joy and peace, where I get
Right.
to
Right.
relax from September to February. After that, I'm open and I'm free and available. But
Right.
September's for Big E, September's Sunday.
September's, we know where you're at on Sunday.
You know where I'm at, right on that.
And the occasional Thursday and Monday night.
Oh no, no, no! I'm watching Thursday and Monday too.
Yeah, that's
I'm,
what I mean. No, the
oh
occasional
yeah, yeah.
Thursday
You
and
know where I'm
Monday,
at.
you're not
So,
free.
so if I do it live on a Monday, you may see me on at 6 p.m. Eastern, which will be this Monday coming up. I've got an amazing channeler and young lady coming on. She's brilliant. So that's going to be fun. So I'll be on the 8th.
Oh,
I'll be on later this week. I'm not sure when. And I may be going live. And you guys subscribe to my new channel, Stars and Cards Lounge, on YouTube. It's Elena from Searchlight Tarot, who's an Aquarius. BigEAstrology, the Virgo, and our first live may be Saturday evening. We're trying to see if we can schedule that and stuff like that. So stay tuned, but watch the channel and please go subscribe and go subscribe to Numeralytics. She's
yes.
got amazing, but tell me you got 2 YouTube channels. Go subscribe to both her
Yep.
channels.
Numeralytics and BTV.
BTV, yeah, I love
That's
them both,
right.
and that's the thing. Sometimes I'm not sure which one to go to. They both have
Both.
great. No, I go to both, but I just, like when you're thinking of like,
Well,
okay, where can I
I'll
find
tell
you
you
at?
like, yeah, you can find me on both, but I'll tell you like this. Mostly when I'm doing anything that's numerology related, I'm on Numeralytics.
Okay,
If it's not numerology related at all, it's always just on BTV. But you're going to find numerology related things on BTV. So
okay, that's
you can
fair.
find both places, but if you're looking for strictly numerology related content, that's all Numeralytics.
I love that. And all you tribe members, look in the community for her Virgo September and Virgo season breakdown of the Numeralytics. And let me ask you, because I will watch it. Are you going
And
to
get
come
your
on?
journals.
Huh?
Get your
Oh
journals.
yeah,
I'm
get your
telling people to
journals. Definitely go to
get your
Amazon.
journals, guys.
Melinda Valentine. But I want
Yes.
to ask you this: are
Mhm.
you going to come on Wednesday or Thursday before the game to do the Eagles Cowboys? Because I want to watch that. Or you're not
You're
sure?
you're you're putting it in the atmosphere
Well,
for
wait, wait.
me.
You already mentioned it, so I just want to know where I should go to look and when. That's all.
So you know what? If I am doing that, then you're going to be able to see that on either channel because I all my numbers matter. I do that on both channels.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That
and
sounds
I
good.
probably will do something. I
Yeah,
wanted
you
to
don't
do
have
a
to do
little
a
bit
crazy
something
long
for
show.
this.
You're just doing one game, but I think that
Yeah, yeah.
it'd be fascinating.
It would be fun to sit there and talk junk on the Cowboys for the whole show. That'll be
I
more
love it.
fun.
Oh,
That'll be
Queen
more
Bee,
fun.
this was so much fun. This was really fantastic for the Super Bowl and the NFL preview show. The official numerology pick, right? You have
Yes.
Green Bay and the Ravens, and who's winning it?
So I have the Ravens and the Packers. And if I'm choosing from that, I'm choosing the Ravens to win that game.
Okay.
And then the second pick that we're going to look at from the lytics, I think, like I'm saying, it's the Ravens still, because I think the Ravens are going. Or the Ravens and the Lions. So it's either Ravens and Packers or Ravens and Lions or Bills and Lions. So
Okay.
those are the four.
Okay. But
And
you
if the
have the Ravens.
Bills,
You
if
have the Ravens
yeah,
winning. Now, if it was
I got the
Bills
Ravens
Lions, who
winning.
would win that one?
If Bills Lions, I got the Bills winning.
Okay, so you have an AFC team winning either way.
Yep.
Okay, I like that, and I have Bills over the Lions. And if I had that backup pick, it would be. I told you that upset pick would be like Commanders, Bengals, and with that one, I would have
Yeah.
to go with the Commanders. But I would tell you, I got Bills over Lions, and if there was, I would say Ravens, Lions, and the Ravens would win too. So
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards the AFC unless the young king Jaden Daniels gets in there. The Commanders could wind up winning it. It's going to be a fun season. Everybody enjoy it. Listen, no matter what, it's fun to have a little escapism. We have to find
Yes.
joy. The world is
And
just
something.
Looney Tunes. Remember we're on the health access, so even Thursday and Sunday, try to eat healthy when you're watching the games,
Hmm.
right? I'm gonna have wife maybe roast me some cauliflower.
It sounds good.
Oh God, when she gets to, oh my God, listen, you got to come out to Arizona because I seriously, and even the tribe, to experience Alana's cooking. I mean, you see, I stay smiling. And part of
Yeah.
that is because the queen burns. That Taurus rising, when she gets in the kitchen, she holds it down.
Yeah, my best friend who's also born on Alana's birthday
She cooks
also
good too.
cooks
Really?
very
So
good
it's
cook.
something with those numbers then too.
Something with those numbers.
I love it. I love it.
Something with those numbers. And then a couple more people. We had a Giants fan,
Okay.
um,
Go
Guinea
Giants.
Ophiuchus. The Ophiuchus, he's got the new Zodiac's name,
Yeah.
Guinea Ophiuchus. He said he's a Giants fan. We had C out here in these streets.
Oh,
Peace
what
to
up,
you,
C?
C. C said that the logo is a cool blue color. Yep. So we're talking about like who's going to win based on the logo.
Yeah, that's
And then
that
he's
Bills Lions.
yes, that Bills Lions, and then there's little red could be that little red in the Bills, making that little purplish
Exactly.
color.
That's what I
So
was
with
thinking.
the yeah, Bills Lions. So
See, you on it,
and then
man. C always knows too.
C knows that he knows stuff. C knows that he be knowing.
No, let me tell you, when C's on
See,
the
you know
live,
you be knowing.
and I'll be on doing the live sometimes during the season, on Sundays
Hmm.
sometimes, and I'm like, yo, give me the score at NBA or football, and C be hooking me up. So C's always got my back. And
Yeah,
I just
he's
want to
very
announce you
visionary
guys,
that way.
the tribe meeting will be Friday, September 12th, 7 p.m. Eastern. And remember, if you haven't joined, this is the time. The prices will go up, and Queen Bee will tell you the community is off the chart.
Yes.
Everybody in there is outstanding, amazing. And on the 12th, we're going to be sharing some of our UFO and alien stories and some extra things. Brandon may be
Ooh,
contributing something. I'm going to send you that email, Brandon. It's going to be super fun and super dope. But also to join, it's www.community.bigeastrology.com. That's $18 or $5 per month, premium or basic, but it's going to be going up to 23 and 10 on the equinox, on the Virgo solar eclipse on the 21st of September. So
a lot going on that
you got
day.
19 days to sign up and say, and once you sign in, that price stays at 18 or 5. So you want to come and join before it goes up. But Queen, thank you, my friend. This was more than amazing.
So thank
You
you.
are
I hope it was good.
oh, it was freaking perfect. It was awesome. And just so
Thank
much
you.
knowledge. And what's so fascinating to me is the numerology, the astrology, and the sports kind of really all synced up. I hope you
Yeah.
guys saw that. Like we didn't like you didn't have to stretch, too much in terms of trying to
Yeah,
find.
the energy was there. It's everything that you saw is what I saw on the number side. So we know
Yeah.
these metaphysical sciences don't be lying.
But just remember that Scorpio moon and the sun squaring Venus. The sun is a malefic in the eighth house, and that's other people's money, IRS, FBI, CIA. Well, remember the rumors, right? Somebody, down there wants to get rid of the IRS. That could change. Our
Mm,
currency can change. Venus
mm,
and sun in Aquarius, right? That's kind of innovative, futuristic money, right? Digital currency. So pay attention, you guys. And if you're gonna invest, do it before November and get in a little bit, right?
yeah.
You'll probably be happy you did. But also don't forget about gold and silver as well. And
Yes.
I'm not a financial advisor, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night, Queen Bee.
Well, you're saving money already.
Oh, listen. Thanks again, my friend. And go to Amazon, Melinda Valentine. Get those Elements books.
Yes.
They
Thank
look
you.
outstanding. Congrats again, my friend. Those journals look amazing.
Thank you so much. Very excited. And
Oh, wait.
thank you
Before we,
so much to the tribe. Uh-huh.
yes, thank you for everybody watching. But tell me real quick, this is episode 377. What does that mean?
So that's 5 and 3. 5 plus 3 is 8. So this is episode 8. So this is the money episode. Power of concentration. We establish legacy. Maybe we'll do this every year. Might be us establishing a legacy with us breaking down the Super Bowl.
Oh,
So
I think it's a book, and we'll definitely do this every year.
yeah.
I love it.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that's what that means. So that's
Okay.
that's that energy. It's that 8 energy. Very
Wow.
strong. The
So
Eagles are born on
14
the
and
8th.
3,
The
14 and
Eagles
3
and the
is 17.
Steelers, remember, they're both 7-8. So they're both got the same established date.
Oh, say it again. I missed that. Say it again.
The Steelers and the Eagles are both established on the 8th
Yes, 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 yes.
too. So
I
our
love
teams
that.
and we're doing in the numbers at 8. So
Okay, so episode 377, that's a 17, which is 1 and 7 is an 8. So that's how you get the 8. Okay, I
yep,
love
and
it.
that 17 is establishing a legacy
Oh,
and being remembered for things after you're gone.
all right, you guys.
Very spiritual. It's a very spiritual and
I
powerful
love
number.
it. And remember, my Steelers will make the playoffs and finally win a playoff game that has taken forever. But that's it. We're not going to go further than that.
That's okay. Listen, when it gets closer, we'll come back. When we get into like the finals and all that, maybe
Oh,
we can
well,
do
no, we'll
another
actually have to
a
do a Super
recap.
Bowl preview show. Yeah, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
definitely do that. Yeah.
Yep.
So we'll
See?
we'll see you that first week of February.
All right.
The
I'll be
Queen of
back
Big E.
then.
We're gonna do the Super Bowl preview. I like that. All right, you
That's
guys have a
right.
good night.
All right. Peace and love, kings and queens up to the nation. Love you
Yes,
guys. Thank you
kings
so
and
much for your
queens,
support.
rise up always. Thank you. All right, bye, you guys. Peace.